So I want to talk today a little bit about my journey into breathwork and how that all came about. In late 2018, a dear friend of mine had committed suicide, which kind of started a trend of losing people. It happens in the world. About 6 months later, I lost my partner of over 10 years to suicide. And then a good friend of mine from 20 years also died of a massive heart attack on the 1-year anniversary of my earlier friend's suicide. That left me in a devastated state of despair and grief for quite a while, as one can imagine death does. During that time, I would have moments of emotional struggles. You know, when you're experiencing grief, as anyone out there knows, it's very difficult. Sometimes you're fine 1 minute and the next minute you're riding this intense wave of emotion that can be incredibly overwhelming and leave you paralyzed, you know. So late in 2019, my brother and I were talking, and he had brought up some stuff about Wim Hof, and we started watching a video about Wim Hof and his techniques. And I thought, well, I can give those a try. You know, I didn't really have a whole lot going on, and I really needed something to help me manage those emotional swings. I was in a state of contemplating, suicide myself at different times. So I thought, well, I should probably try this. And I started with some cold showers, just turning it cooler, and then cold. And then I thought, well, this is making me feel pretty good. So I thought I'd try some breath stuff. And so I followed his techniques, did that pretty regularly for a few months, and was like, wow, it's very profound. And just experiencing some subtle changes as things went on. Things became a little bit more manageable. Then I came across the work of the Heart, Breath, Mind book, Leah Lagos, and James Nestor's book, Breath. Read them both, and then I started working with some of the exercises from the Heart, Breath, Mind book. And they started to profoundly change my interaction with life and with how I managed those stressful moments, and realized that there is so much to breath that needs to be explored. And that pretty much sent me down this rabbit hole of looking for various certifications in different styles and techniques through doing breath journeys with music and speaking through them, and holotropic breathwork style things. And then I came across the Oxygen Advantage and started my journey there with learning that program and realizing that downregulation is what I wanted to teach people to do instead of upregulate with hyperventilation or holotropic breathwork. For me, it became a way to manage the stress so that in a moment of despair or grief or just general stress that came up in my life, I had tools in the moment that I could tap into, and they have helped me along the way. And that's what I like to put in these videos and teach people to do. There are a lot of styles of breathwork out there in the world right now, and just being consciously aware of your breath is the first step to understanding and seeing how incredibly powerful it can be. Anyway, I'm Derek with Blue Raven Wellness, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you when it comes to breath and breathing, and happy to put a link to any of the books or put them in the comments. If you have questions, please hit the comments. Anyway, that's my story, and that's how we got to where we are today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.